Hey everyone! I had a comment made on my Google Sheets attendance video. Quincy wanted to know if we could track a student's hours as well as their attendance. Today, I'm going to take that Google Sheets attendance file and make a couple tweaks so we can now track students' attendance by hours. So our friend Quincy wants to track his students' hours they've attended. In my original data set, we were only tracking the days children attended by using zeros and ones. In this tracking sheet, we're going to track the number of hours they've attended. So what I'm going to do is select all of my data entry points for attendance, starting with cell C2. I'm going to go to data validation. And I'm going to change my criteria between 0 and 1 to be between 0 and 10. I'm also going to update my comment so it makes sense to enter a number between 0 and 10. And I'm going to hit save. I'm also going to update my conditional formatting. Format, conditional formatting. Value is equal to, click on my rule, and it's going to be anything that's greater than or equal to 1 instead of equal, and hit done. And I've now just updated my data validation. So I just took my data and I entered in the number of hours students attended each day in the for each day in the class. I'm now going to transfer that into my data set. We need to update our array formula where our cross-tabulated table unpivots and we remake it into a pivot table. So we now have to enter what week the attendance data is on, and I'm also going to add another column that says what year and week the data set is in. Now, all of my editing will be in cell A2 because it's an array formula. That's where our formula lives. If we try entering any data in any other cell, we will get an error like so. So I'm going to go into cell A2 where our array formula lives, and I'm going to enter the week data between column F and column G. Now it's important to do everything before G because if we try to enter in other columns after G, we're going to get errors because our attendance hours is pulling from our main data source. And that should be our last column. So I go into A2 and I'm going to find in the formula where this year month function lives. I'm going to just expand my formula bar down here. This year month column lives right here. Split ampersand text attendance C1 colon to 1, which is referencing all of our dates. And then because we're using the text formula, we use that text formula to format it to year-month. We're going to add a week column. So what we're going to do is after this year-month formula, we're going to type in quotation, splitter, quotation, ampersand, week, num, because that's the formula that's going to determine what week the date is in, open parentheses, from the attendance cross-tabulated table, everything from C1 going forward in that row, close parentheses, ampersand, and hit enter. we now have to fix our header. So this attendance hours now lives in cell H because that's all of our attendance hours. And we will title this header week number. Let's fix the formatting by making it bold as well so everything is consistent. And now column G is the week number of the date. I'm also going to make another column that's similar to this year month field. This is a little bit trickier because the text formula does not support weeks. But let's go back to cell A2 to make our new column. And we're going to use a combination of the week text function and the week num function. So we're going to make another division between week num attendance, between our week number field and our attendance hours. Quotation, line quotation, that's what we decided is our official splitter from our array formula. Ampersand. I'm going to type in text as my formula, open parentheses. Where is the data coming from? It's coming from everything in row 1 from our attendance sheet in our workbook, comma. What's our format? We're just going to do quotation y, quotation, close parentheses, ampersand, quotation, space, dash, space, quotation, ampersand, week num, open parentheses. We're going to reference our dates again from the attendance sheet, close parentheses, ampersand, and then that splitter splits our attendance hours field, or our attendance hours column. Let's press enter. So we did that correctly. So I'm going to update our header again. And now our data set will support attendance hours. It supports weeks and numbers. And now if we make a pivot table out of this data, we'll hit Control A and then Control Shift down. So if we add future data, it will add to our pivot table. Data, pivot table. Let's create our pivot table on a new sheet. For rows, let's go year, and let's add another row by adding the week number. For columns, let's add the students' names. For values, let's use our attendance hours field. For filters, let's filter out any attendance hours that are not blank. Filter by condition is not empty. OK. Let's close our pivot table editor. And now we've created a pivot table report that's organized by year and week, and then a summarized by how many hours each student attended every week. Thanks for watching my video. If you have a Google Sheets or an Excel question you want me to try to tackle, please leave a comment. Or, if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. And remember, if anyone asks you how's it going, say forward. That way, you're never lying.